Welcome to the lecture series of waste management. In this video, I'll be discussing important solid waste size reduction tools. So, what are the major type of solid waste size reduction tools, and how do you minimize the size of the solid waste by using those devices? So, we'll familiar individually. So, first of all, the important device is namely hammer mill. How does hammer mill work? How does it minimize the size of the solid waste? The structure of hammer mill is shown in the diagram. So if I talk about the hammer mill, so the major component is like a motor. We require a motor. Then as we can see, there are some blades. You can see some kind of blades here, correct? So all are mutually perpendicular to each other. So there is a hammer bolt for the fixing of that particular blade, correct? It is operated by the DC motor. First of all, we are collecting the solid waste. This is our inlet, and we are trying to operate the hammer mill using a motor. It will continuously operating at a high speed over 1000 rpm. So we are inserting solid waste in the inlet. Whenever we are inserting the solid waste from the inlet, the whatever the waste you are feeding, that will be directly contact with the blades. Whenever blades are very sharp, as soon as the hammer mill, that hammer blade that is going to be operated, the waste is going to be cut into several number of pieces, and that means it is going to reduce the size of the waste. So once it is reduced the size of the waste, that is called a shredding operation. Shredding means cutting. Okay, so after size reduction, it will be directly moved on to the collector. This is our collector. Okay, gate collector. So we have some gate facility. That means there are some certain ports. The waste that is going to be reduced, that is directly moving onto the gate, because there are so many number of slots. As you can see, ultimately the waste will be collected at the bottom. So this is our collector. Solid waste will be collected. This is our inlet. You can write inlet, and this will be the outlet. Okay, outlet. Here there are some like a cover hinge. There are some supportive devices. Cover, shaft. Shaft is actually linked with the motor, and there is a disc. That shape is just like a circular shape. This type shape for the continuous rotation. So we have the hammer bolt for fixing the segment. Okay. So hammer blade is important. Hammer bolt. Okay. Ultimately, the solid waste size is reduced to lower level, so that disposal will be very simple. So this is regarding hammer mill. It is most important device which is used for reducing the size of solid waste. The detailed explanation is shown in the next slide. Okay, you can refer the working of hammer mill. Whatever I explained, it is actually explained in the form of like certain sentences that can be used for your exam point of view. Next is called a hydropulper. So first of all, we need to prepare the slurry. Slurry in the sense the combination of water and the waste particle, the waste material. Now, there is a like you can see like there is a device like a hydropulper. In that we have one motor, shaft with the motor. Okay, and we have the blades. As you can see, the sharp blades, which is designed in a particular manner, such that the like the waste can be easily separated. So here, the slurry will be feeding to this particular segment. The shaft with the mechanical tool that is going to be operated in a certain speed. There is a centrifugal force. Okay. So whenever slurry is moving on to this particular area, the motor starts operating. Then there will be a continuous rotation. You can see a continuous rotation. Either it may be in clockwise or anti-clockwise there. It will directly rotating. So therefore, whenever it is rotating, the solid waste particle that is going to be size is getting reduced by using the blades. Okay. So the waste which is going to be reduced, especially some kind of metal, steel particle, okay, plastic, everything that is the size has been reduced. Okay, that is actually feeding towards the bottom side. So we have like a hydropulper, then slurry is required. Slurry will be passing through this particular area where the shaft is going to be rotated using the motor. So ultimately, the waste which is going to be like reduced, size reduced, that is going to be separated in a particular pot where you can find it out metal, plastic waste, etc. So this is the operation of hydropulper. Centrifugal force, you can explain there is a centrifugal force that is going to be generated, just like a washing machine, you can like now, the brief explanation is given here for your better understanding, especially like a metal tin cans can be easily separated using hydropulper. So there are some waste shredders mainly used for like cutting of the devices. You can see like the waste shredder. It is also powered by, it is also operated with the help of a motor, and there is a like a conveyor belt is also available. Okay, so that you can the transfer will be, the movement will be very simple, and you can easily transfer the like the waste which is size has been reduced from one point to another point. This is known as waste shredders. So there is a like clippers, waste chippers. Okay, chippers is one of the project I have collected from one of the source named the Times of India. And this is another project where like tree leaves you can reduce, especially it can be used for like a street where there are so many number of like the leaves which is going to cover that particular road. It is very easy. We can reduce the human effort, and we can make it very convenient. And this leaf can be easily wasted. We easily go for easily move on to the disposal area. So this is applicable at Delhi. Every day they are doing like that, especially where the large street, you can clean it very fraction of seconds or fraction of minutes. That's a plus point of this chippers. Jaw crusher is another type of mechanical device where you can directly insert the uh, hard solid waste in this particular domain, and you are going to apply a pressure. It can be like manually or machine. Okay, if it is manually we can go for like a moderate size. If you want to reduce the size of the waste which is having the heavy size, you can go for like a machine operator. So what you are supposed to do is insert the feed here, then apply a pressure so that the size will be reduced. Okay, here sizing gap, you can see like the waste can be reduced. So this is known as jaw crusher. Another one is known as rasp mill. If I talk about the rasp mill, so consider this particular feed. We have a feed and there is a motor. Motor is continuously operating. So with respect to the inserting the feed, the motor starts operating. Therefore, the size will be reduced. Once the size is reduced, the feed will be connected at the bottom side. This is known as rasp mills. Okay, this is the way how the rasp mill operates. So in this session, I discussed about most important devices which will be helpful for the reduction of size of a solid waste, especially hammer mill, then hydropulper, jaw crusher, etc. So these are the most popular, commonly devices which will be used for size reduction of the particular solid waste. Next session, I'll be coming up with the chemical size reduction. So if you have any questions, you can put up in the comment box. Thank you for watching this video. If you are watching our channel first time, I request you to share with your friends, and also kindly support us to give subscription and hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching this video. Happy learning.